Hello everyone. This is our very first lesson in the Phonics 101 class. Here we're going to learn how to assess the children. Now, for us to be able to do that, we need to know the ability of the child before we start introducing whatever we want to teach a child. If you have a child that's about starting school for the very first time, or even though the child had even started school but doesn't know how to proceed with others in the classroom, the very first step we encourage that you introduce the sounds to your child. Introduce the sounds to your child. And what do I mean by the sound? The sounds are those letters that make up every word you see. For each of those words, there are sounds associated with them. So for you to know how to introduce the sounds to, because every child has different learning needs and different learning styles, you're going to use all the different methods of introducing that sound to your child. One, we have the rhymes, using songs to introduce the sounds to your child, using the Jolly Phonics, which you can always get. We have that on our screen, on our website over there. The Jolly Phonics will guide you on how to introduce the sounds to your child from the letter A to the Z sound. And when you're done playing the sound over and over for the child, and the child is familiar with those sounds, for younger children, because at that point, at that earlier stage in their lives, they're quite young and they have very short attention span, usually we encourage introducing the actions to each and every one of them. It keeps it much interesting for them, and it keeps them much more engaged while learning the sounds. Then the second step you're going to go into after doing the sounds, you're going to reinforce with this. Here, this is the activity sheet for those sounds. We have this sheet from letter A to the letter Z sound. Now this is the letter A, it makes the sound, the A sound. Can you see it makes the A sound? Now, we try to relate this sound to pictures around them that has or that makes that sound. For instance, when you're teaching the A sound, you put it before the child. A as in ant. A as in arrow. A as in apple. A as in astronaut. So you keep doing it over and over. Usually we encourage the parents to introduce 3 sounds at a time. You introduce the letter sound, the A sound first. After the first day, within the same week, the second day of the week, within the same, if you start on a Monday, by Wednesday you should introduce the second sound, which is the B. The sound makes, this is the letter B that says B, as in ball, B as in bell, B as in bag, B as in bat. Now, before you introduce the next sound, you have to reinforce the first sound, the A sound. Encourage the child to tell you objects that starts with that sound. Then by the Friday of that same week, you introduce the K sound, letter C. You let them know this is letter C, and it makes the sound K, as in cat, K as in cup, K as in car, K as in cap. So these are the 3 sounds you take for the very first week. You take the first 3 sounds, A, B, and K, to the child, and you relate them with the objects that starts with those sounds. Now the fun part of it is that while you're doing this, you're playing with your games, you're trying different ways of also engaging the child to remember objects and things around them that starts with these 3 sounds. Sometimes you could play the I Spy game and you say, I spy with my little eye something in the living room that starts with the sound A. And the child begins to look around, trying to look for any object in the house that starts with that sound. Then you also encourage the child, you do the same thing for the B sound, you do the same thing for the K sound. Wherever you are, you could just take a look around you and encourage the child to find an object that makes that particular sound. Now, while you're done introducing all the sounds to the child with the games alongside it, while you're doing all of this, you take it further. We have the flashcards. These are the flashcards that has the letter sounds A, B, K, and D. Remember, I told you 3 sounds per week, 3 sounds per week. So you're going to take the A, B, and K sound. You encourage the child to sort out the cards. So when the child sorts out the card, you say, show me A, You could even tell the child to show you the sound ah, and the child touches ah. Show me b, the child touches b. Show me k, the child touches k. Now you ask them now, what sound is this? Encourage them to tell you what sound is that. They should be able to tell you this is ah, and they should be able to tell you this is b, and they should be able to tell you this is k. You could even take it further. Now tell me, can you tell me any object or anything you know that makes the sound ah? You tell them what makes the sound ah. They should say ah, as in apple. Okay, give me a word that starts with b, as in ball or bat or bat. There's so many words that start with, and each time they do get them, you just encourage them and make them feel wow. This is a car. What's that? This car starts with k. So where is k? You fix it. You encourage the child. Make sure you encourage the child to fix it at the right spot underneath k. Good job. K, as in car. Now what is this? It's an arrow. Arrow. What's the beginning sound for arrow? Ah, 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 ah. Good job. Now can you show me the ah sound? The child touches the ah sound and takes the card, put it right there. Ah, as in arrow. The next sound, wow, there's an ant. Ah, 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 as in ant. Good. Then the child also, you encourage child to put it on the right spot underneath the ah sound. You lay out all your cards on the table and encourage the child to take one card at a time and match it, sort them out at the right spot. Now by the end of the activity, the child would have sorted out all the cards for all the pictures or all the words that starts with that sound. This is a cat. Beginning sound for cat is k. Now doctor, doctor. What's the beginning sound for doctor? Doctor, can you think and tell me what's the beginning sound for doctor? Now look around. Can you find the on the table? No, there's no the. Good job. So that will give you a hint that the child knows his sound and can also identify the sound. Because if the child can identify the sound, how would you know if the child knows the sound? Good job. Now you keep taking it further. Each week you introduce 3 more sounds. Each week you bring in 3 more sounds until the child has actually learnt all the sounds from the letter sound A to the letter sound D to letter sound Z. Until the child has identified all the sounds using the flashcard, the activity card, the classified card for it, and also the flashcards to match the pictures. Now you can see how it's so easy for you to be able to teach your child how to read by following my step-by-step guide from the letter sounds to identifying the beginning sound, ending sound, middle, and blending the 3-letter words together. So for more videos and more lessons on how to go to the next phase of this lesson, after this lesson, you can visit my website www.teachyourchildhowtoread.learnwords.com, or you subscribe to my YouTube channels. Thank you.